Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we're at the, what is this called? City Hall Park.
It's called the Freedom Garden.
Okay.
It says it there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, it's a Freedom Garden in the City Hall Park, and that's the fountain behind us, in case you didn't notice. I feel lovely because the sun is just cooking the top of my head and my back, but my partner here has an affinity to the sun.
Affinity?
Affinity? No, it's not affinity. Has adversity. Thank you, adversity to the sun. So this is going to be a short and sweet reading.
I feel like Lord Shiva on Mount Kailash because you can see the water coming out from the top of my head like the Ganges.
And yesterday was Ganga Puja Day, so Ganga.
I'm not saying I am Lord Shiva. I don't want to start a controversy here.
Okay.
Don't quote me.
So we're reading from
Canto 4, Chapter 19, Text 11.
Dahu. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Text 11. When Prithu Maharaj was performing the last horse sacrifice, Ashwamedha Yajna, King Indra, invisible to everyone, stole the horse intended for sacrifice. He did this because of his great envy of King Prithu. So naughty. Purport. King Indra is known as Satakratu, which indicates that he has performed 100 horse sacrifices. Ashwamedha Yajna. We should know, however, that the animals sacrificed in the yajna were not killed. If the Vedic mantras were properly pronounced during the sacrifice, that's a little bird. The animal sacrifice would come out again with a new... Oh, hold on. I'm getting distracted by this bird. Right, hold on. If the Vedic mantras were properly pronounced during the sacrifice, the animal sacrifice would come out again with a new life. That is a test for a successful yajna. When King Prithu was performing 100 yajnas, Indra became very envious because he did not want anyone to excel him. Being an ordinary living entity, he became envious of King Prithu, and making himself invisible, he stole the horse and thus impeded the yajna performance. I mean, it's so crazy, like, when you read this. It's interesting because we did say, as we're rereading the Bhagavatam, and King Prithu did seem a bit puffed up when he was chastising the planet Earth, so he's getting a little bit of purification here for sure. But at the same time, Indra's being well out of order. Like, I'm sorry, it's just ridiculous. Why you need to steal the horse, for heaven's sakes? That's pun intended, because he's a king of heaven.
This, sorry.
No, please, what you got to say that you're so eager?
Yeah, envy and jealousy makes us do things that are extremely unbecoming.
Ugly.
And it's like lust, you know. What is it that makes a man act against his will even though he knows better? And Krishna says, you know, it is lust only, Arjuna, the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world. And so when lust also manifests in envy, because we want something, we want to enjoy something that someone else has. And then we do crazy things, and we justify it. So yes, text 12. When King Indra was taking away the horse, he dressed himself to appear as a liberated person. I am a little confused because in the previous purport, Srila Prabhupada says he made himself invisible. But then it says that he dressed himself to appear as a liberated person. Actually, this dress was a form of cheating, for it falsely created an impression of religion. When Indra went into outer space in this way, the great sage Atri saw him and understood the whole situation. Purport. The word pakanda used in this verse is sometimes pronounced pashanda. Both of these words indicate an impostor who presents himself as a very religious person, but in actuality is sinful. Indra took up the saffron-colored dress as a way of cheating others. This saffron dress has been misused by many impostors who present themselves as liberated persons or incarnations of God. In this way, people are cheated. As we have mentioned many times, the conditioned soul has a tendency to cheat. Therefore, this quality is also visible in a person like Indra. It is understood that even King Indra is not liberated from the clutches of material contamination. Thus, the words amuktam eva, meaning as if he were liberated, are used. The saffron dress worn by a sannyasi announces to the world that he has renounced all worldly affairs and is simply engaged in the service of the Lord. Such a devotee is actually a sannyasi or a liberated person. In Bhagavad Gita 6.1 it is said, Anashrita karma palam karyam karma karoti ya. Sasanyasi cha yogi cha nanyaragnir nachakriyaha. One who is unattached to the fruits of his work and who works as he is obliged is in the renounced order of life. And he is the true mystic, not he who lights no fire and performs no work. So yeah, the first verse of 6th chapter. So Srila Prabhupada is touching on some very important points. One, that Indra came and he wasn't a renunciant. He wasn't renounced in any way. He was so attached to his position, to his post, to his fame, his honor, his prestige. And therefore he was an impostor, a pashandi. But going on in the purport, Prabhupada now comes to this point about what is an actual sannyasi. And just so it's clear, the way that Krishna explains it in the Gita is that someone who's a sannyasi is basically just someone who is unattached to the fruits of his work and works as he is obligated. And remember, Krishna is speaking this to Arjuna, who is a warrior, who's a kshatriya, who is in the royal order. And this means that a renunciant does not have to be just someone wearing saffron and carrying a stick. Renunciation is not a status of ashram or of varna. It is a state of mind and a state of consciousness and a way of conducting oneself that means that we are not materially attached to this world in one sense, but at the same time we act according to our duty. Anyway, Hare Krishna. I just say that, sorry, because there is such a misconception, that it could be that someone who's not in saffron is just not very spiritually advanced. Meanwhile, we see here that there are plenty of people in saffron. I'm not saying in ISKCON, Prabhupada's talking about in general, that they use the garb of a renunciant, of a sannyasi, to cheat people. So like that. So don't judge a book by its cover.
Next paragraph. In other words, one who offers the results of his activities to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is actually a sannyasi and yogi. Cheating sannyasis and yogis have existed since the time of Krishna Maharaj's sacrifice. This cheating was very foolishly introduced by King Indra. In some ages, such cheating is very prominent, and in other ages not so prominent. It is the duty of a sannyasi to be very cautious, because, as stated by Lord Chaitanya, sannyasira alpachitra sarva loke gaya. A little spot in a sannyasi's character will be magnified by the public. Therefore, unless one is very sincere and serious, he should not take up the order of sannyas. One should not use this order as a means to cheat the public. It is better not to take up sannyas in this age of Kali, because provocations are very strong in this age. Only a very exalted person.
Where are you reading, by the way? Is that right?
Oh, you finished.
Yeah.
The next one.
Yeah, I know down there it's just... Okay.
Only a very exalted person advanced in spiritual understanding should attempt to take up sannyas. One should not adopt this order as a means of livelihood or for some material purpose. Yes. Not easy
Not easy what?
to be a sannyasi, because this material world is so designed to... It's not a world of, of renunciation.
Yeah.
It's like going to
Disney World.
well, I was gonna say Playboy Mansion, but okay, Disney World.
Okay, wow.
It's a family show. Disneyland. It's like going to Disneyland, and then what would be like? What would be?
And saying, I won't ride any rides, I won't interact with any kids, I won't take any pictures, I won't eat anything, or,
Yeah, like that. So
I've come here to renounce, yeah.
when you go to Disneyland, you're going to enjoy.
Yeah.
It's understood, you pay for a package, and you know I'm going to walk a lot, and they have a lot of food outlets there, food and drink, which is what keeps people in the enjoyment mode, and there's got the rides, and then in the evening it goes on all day. In the evening they have the firework displays and the procession and all the characters, Mickey Mouse and Minnie and Donald and Daffy and all that come out.
You seem to know a lot about Disney World.
I was a child once, but yeah, so, and to go there with your group of family or friends and be like, no, not doing that, no. It's just silly. So yeah, this place isn't for designed for that, so you have to be a very strong character to withstand the temptations that are there,
Heck yeah. Yeah. Maya's here to break you. I often tell the story of one devotee when he took sannyas, and lots of younger devotees were around who knew him, who were inspired by him. And then after the sannyas ceremony, they came up and they were congratulating him and saying, congratulations, you did it, you took sannyas. And he said, what? He said, that was just the beginning. While I was sitting at that fire yagya, Maya was rolling up her sleeves, saying, mind, body, words, really? You're going to dedicate all three of these to the service of God? Now the testing begins. Mm-hmm. So like that, whenever we make a declaration to serve Krishna, Maya's like, what? Who said that? And then she goes to find you and just puts it to the test. Okay, so maybe we can call it a day.
Yeah, we'll call it a day because I'm going to get
I'm going to spin the camera around so you get an idea. I just noticed we're sitting right next to the Woolworth building, although I think Woolworth went bankrupt, but that's still the Woolworth building.
Is it?
Yeah, see the sign down at the bottom?
Oh wow, Woolworths, that was a great store. I missed that store. Oh wow. No, that's showing you.
No, it's not. There you go. That's the Woolworth building. Pretty high up. I think if I do it like that, the sun's very bright. You can see on the front there is where it says Woolworth. Okay, anyway. See you later. Bye.
I love